Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Miller Cardinals Gymnasium for tonight's quarterfinal at the Miller Invitational Tournament. I am Jacob Coons.
Coach Martin here. We have audio only because of some malfunctions with our camera, but if you want to see the video, you can go to Facebook Live. I believe Jamie Gunn is going to be doing the video. Then you can turn on our audio, and hopefully we'll be close to the same, on the same time.
Hopefully so.
Starting tonight for the Bears, back to our original starting lineup at the beginning of the year. Got number 2, John Bailey, junior. Sophomore, Jackson Foster. Junior, number 23, Bobby Harris, Jr. Junior, number 32, Cody Jones. And the big man in the middle, number 33, Jack Stevens. Bears are coached, of course, by Scott Brakeville, assisted by Ryan Kuhl. Playing the Bradleyville Braves tonight.
You've got number 2, Hayden Whittaker, number 3, Jesse Dalton, number 3, Will Mooney, number 22, Jay Scott, and number 40, Dylan Jenkins, head coached by Chuck Hurst and assisted by Sonny Guerin. Tip-off is going to be received by Cody Jones. Layup for Jones, 2 points. This is going to fall quick and early for Jones. The turnover on the Eagles.
Threw that out of bounds.
John Bailey at point. Gets that to Cody on the wing. Skip passes back to the wing to Bailey. Bailey skips it back to Jones. Dribble around in the corner to John Bailey. It's going to cut up, mid-range floater. Not going to fall at the front of the iron. Rebounded by Jack Stevens. He goes up with it. Second shot is going to be good for Jack Stevens.
Dalton brings the ball down the floor for the Eagles.
Tyler guarded by.
Pressure applied by the Bears.
Dalton gets that down in the corner pass to Jeanings. 2 point is good for Dylan Jeanings, 6'2" sophomore for the Eagles. Cody Jones drives in, mid-range jump shot, opposite side, no good, falls long, and that one's going to be rebounded by Will Mooney. Gets that up the court on a fast break to Jay Scott. Skips that. Jennings, no good. Rebounded by Jack Stevens. Gets that up the court to Cody Jones. Drives in the post. Pulls back out John Bailey. Jackson Foster in the corner. Skips that to Bailey. Inside to Jones. Mid-range float. Good for Cody Jones.
Cody puts that in from the middle of the lane. Bears lead 6-2. 6 minutes and 30 seconds here in quarter number 1.
Mooney mid-range from the free throw line. No good. Rims out. Rebounded by Harris Jr. Gets that to Bailey. Bailey crossing half court. Jones in the corner. Drives in baseline. Skips that. It's going to be tipped out of bounds on the Eagles.
Good baseline drive to the left for Jones. Looks for the float pass out to the corner, but tipped out by the Eagles.
Harris Jr. inbounds out to Stevens. In the corner, gets that up court to John Bailey. High post Stevens, he's going to drive in. And he was going to get fouled on the floor.
Will Mooney. Nope, excuse me.
Me on Jay Scott.
Jay Scott.
Harris Jr. to inbound once more. Gets that to Jack Stevens in the low post. Pulls it up to Jackson Foster. Foster for 3. Not going to fall. Good putback by Harris Jr. Excuse me. Jones is without a shoe over there on the sideline. He gets back on it. Whittaker takes that down in the corner to Scott.
Bears going to have to get back on defense tonight because the Eagles like to fly down the floor.
100%. Loose ball recovered by Stevens. Gets that.
It'll be a steal for Stevens.
John Bailey, and that's going to be a travel on Bailey. Mooney inbound on the sideline. Gets that into to Dalton. Gets that to Scott. Skips that in the corner. Corner 3, Will Mooney, no good. It's going to rebounded by Jackson Foster. Gets that up the court to Jones, past half court. Inside the post, goes up with it. Layup is no good. Rebounded by Stevens. And that's going to be a jump ball. That one's going to go to the Cardinal, or to the Eagles, excuse me.
Jack Stevens did the Cardinal send for big guys. He brought that ball down.
Good set up the court to Jay Scott, just past half court.
Defended by Harris Jr.
Hands that off to Whittaker. Step back three, no good. Doesn't connect with anything. That's going to go out of bounds. That's going to be the Bears' ball. John Bailey bringing that down. He's past half court. Gets that in the corner to Jackson Foster. Inside post, Jack Stevens. Back in the corner, Harris Jr. Harris Jr. drives in, no good. That one's going to be out of bounds on Jack Stevens. Hayden Whittaker take that down, guarded by John Bailey. Gets that to Dalton. Top of the key. Inside post pass to Jennings. Back out to Mooney in the corner. And that's going to be out of bounds on your Galena Bears. It's going to stay Eagles ball. Jay Sky in the corner to Mooney. Mooney for three. Not going to fall. Rebounded by Jackson Foster. Gets that up the court to Jones. And he's going to get fouled on the floor by Dylan Jennings. There's 4 minutes and 7 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Harris Jr. inbound. Jack Stevens in the corner. Up the top to John Bailey. Hand off to Jones. Jackson Foster on the wing, back up top to Jones. Jones for three. Can't get that one to fall. Rebounded by Jack Stevens. Put back good for Stevens.
4 points for Stevens here in this first quarter.
Dalton's going to drive in, passes that to Jennings. Kicks it out to the corner. Three, no good. Rebounded by
Dalton.
Dalton, no good. And that one's going to go out of bounds off of Jay Scott. It's going to be the Bears' ball. John Bailey to bring it down, passing half court. Jones, screen set by Stevens. Gets that back to Bailey. Jackson Foster in the corner. Back to Bailey. Cody at high post. Back to the corner. Jackson Foster, he's going to drive in. Skips it out to Harris Jr. in the corner. Corner three for Harris Jr. That one's going to fall.
Bang.
Two points, no good for the Eagles. Rebounded by Jackson Foster. Gonna get that at Cody Jones, and he cannot save that one before going out of bounds. That was going to be a turnover on your Bears. This one's going to go to the Eagles.
Dalton, he's blocked by Stevens and out of bounds. Ball remains in possession of the Eagles. Mooney's going to inbound the ball for the Eagles. Gets it into Dalton underneath. Blocked by Jones and out of bounds again to the Eagles. Folks, we're trying to get a video source here for you, but my phone is not connecting to the software here. Bailey brings the ball down the floor, right wing to Harris Jr. Swings it back over to Jones on the left side. He's going to drive, up and under, no good. Rebounded by Stevens and in for two. 6 points, Jack Stevens, and a host of rebounds to go with that. That's a turnover by the Eagles. Pressure applied by the defense of John Bailey and Jackson Foster. Bears lead 15-2. Left wing, Jackson Foster, right wing. Pass is tipped out of bounds off the hands of Jack Stevens. Tipped by number 22, Jace Scott. Bailey over to Foster, right wing. He thinks about shooting it. Corner, that's going to be a turnover by Jones. Jones is going to try to chase down Whitaker. Whitaker's going to finish for 2. That was a breakaway turnover, and Whitaker was able to run the floor and finish the layup. Jones from the left wing. He skips over to Bailey on the right wing. Bailey's going to turn it over. Whitaker on the other end of the floor. Shoots for 2. No good. Rebounded by Bailey. He pushes the ball up the floor. And Stevens finishes on an excellent pass from Foster. Running the floor for the big guy. It's 8 points for Jack Stevens. Jones tries to cut the passing lane there. Misses it. Scott out to Whitaker. Whitaker gets trapped in the corner. Steal by Bailey. He pushes it up the floor. He's going to keep it himself. He'll go up and in for 2. Coast to coast for number 2, John Bailey, as he gets in the scoring column for the Bears. Mooney dribbles left side. He's going to get it over to Scott. Scott passes out to Whitaker. Whitaker for 3. No good. Rebounded by Jennings. Jennings puts it up. No good. And attempted rebound by Dalton. It's tipped out of bounds on Harris Jr. Andrew Foster and Mr. Brakebill, Jameson Brakebill, is going to enter the game for the Bears. Out of bounds. Off the hand of the Eagle defender, or Eagle rebounder. Jackson Foster running the point for the Bears. Passes it left side to Jones. Jones skips it over to Harris Jr. on the right wing. Down to the corner to Jackson. Back up to Harris, over to Andrew. Back to Jones at the top of the key. Bears looking for the last shot of the quarter here probably. 26.1 seconds remain. Jones stands out at the top of the key. Pass to Jackson, back to Jones. Jones at the top of the key. He's being closely guarded. Harris Jr. back to Jones. 7 seconds remain. Shot from three-point land. It's good. Harris Jr. with a deep three-pointer from the left wing. Bears will go into the end of the first half leading 22-4 from here in Miller. We'll be back after the break. Hey, we're back here for quarter number 2. Jackson Foster gets the ball at the elbow to Jones. Jones floater up and good for 2. Eagles miss the layup. Jones back on the other end of the floor. And it's going to be a and one for Cody Jones as he is fouled on the play. Makes the layup from the left side. Foul is on number 10. That's Mooney, Will Mooney. Jones will be at the line shooting one.
Cody Jones once more.
So Jones missed the free throw, and we had a shot. Jones got the rebound and then put it up for a foul. He'll go back to the line shooting two. That foul was on number 22, Jay Scott, his second personal.
This free throw will fall in for Jones.
As we're working feverishly to get a video option for you guys, but we just can't seem to get anything to connect. Hopefully by Thursday we'll have this figured out, have us a new camera or have
steal by Jackson Foster. Yeah, like I said, hopefully by Thursday we'll have something figured out here.
Jones mid-range jumper, and it's good. Jones runs his point total up to 10.
Scott brings that down, guarded by Junior, hands that one off to Whittaker. Back out to Mooney. Screen set by the Eagles. Gets that to Dalton. He drives in. No one in the post, and his 2 points are going to be good.
Bears had zero help defense there. Jones brings it down to the left side, over to Harris Jr. on the left wing.
Andrew Foster.
Stevens and Bailey getting set to check back in for the Bears.
Jones goes back up with it. 2 points is good for Cody Jones. It's 12 for him now.
Yes, 12 points for Jay
Scott. Mid-range floater, no good, and that's going to be rebounded by Jamison Breakbill.
He just took it away from
Scott. He did. It was almost a jump ball. He just grabs it out of there.
Yep.
Andrew Foster gets that to Jackson Foster. Cody Jones in the corner. Corner three for Jones. It's going to be good. 15 points out early in the first half for Cody Jones. Jackson Foster is going to be tightly guarded. Whittaker stolen by Jackson Foster. Andrew Foster was guarding. Jones to Harris. Harris layup is good. Jackson Foster with a steal. 2 points is good, and that's going to be a timeout taken by head coach Chuck Hurst. GSPN here with the quarterfinal game of the Miller Invitational. We'll be back after this. And we're back here with 5 minutes and 35 seconds remaining here. It's the Eagles in the first quarter, it's the Eagles ball. They've got that in the corner. They're going to drive in the post. That's going to be another steal by Andrew Foster. He's off to the races coast to coast. He's going to get fouled, and he'll go to the line for two.
That's going to be 3 fouls on Scott. You could hear somebody over here from the Eagle fans saying, don't foul, for sure. You want to keep him on the floor. He's one of their bigger presences. Foster's first free throw is no good off the back iron. Bears have certainly seen their share of free throw woes this year.
Definitely, 100%. That next one's not going to fall for Andrew. Almost, yeah, correct. Almost does. It's going to be rebounded by the Eagles. It's be Hayden Whittaker with. It's going to give that up to Will Mooney in the corner. Screen set by Jennings. He goes to the baseline, in the post. He's going to get trapped up, and that's going to be a foul on Cody Jones, a reach in.
So it's number 2 is Hayden Whitaker.
Whitaker.
Checking in for the Eagles, number 23, Hunter Bergens. Mooney inbounds to Whitaker. Whitaker dribbles left. He gets to the free throw line. Kicks out to Dalton. Free throw, or the three-pointer's in and out.
Rebounded by Jamison Brakebill. To Bailey, to Cody Jones. John Bailey, Brakebill, Andrew Foster in the corner, gives in the post to Jack Stevens. Stevens goes up with it, no good. His rebound is going to be good for
Okay, guys, we're back. Sorry about that.
How long have we been muted for?
A little bit, thanks to Nikki Barron. She let us know.
Shout out to you, Nikki Barron.
Score is 47-9. 3 minutes and 1 second remaining here. Stevens up ahead to Bailey. Bailey lays it in off the glass
Good,
for 2.
2 points for John Bailey. Oh, my mother also texted me. Shout out to you as well, Mom. I just now seen that. I apologize. Jesse Dalton gets that to Will Mooney. Skip pass inside to Jennings is going to be good for 2.
Not horrible defense by Jack Stevens. Just needs some help on the backside.
Most definitely.
Two minutes and 25 seconds remaining here in quarter number 2.
John Bailey inside to Jack Stevens in the post. Spin move, pass it out to Harris Jr. in the corner. Corner 3 for Harris Jr. That one's going to fall.
Boom. 11 points on the night for Harris Jr. Bears now have 3 players in double figures.
Will Mooney thinks about shooting it, doesn't hand it off, gives that pass to Hunter Berghans. Hayden Whittaker for 3, no good. Rebounded by Jack Stevens. Gets that one, Harris Jr. Another corner 3 for Harris Jr. That one's going to fall as well.
Harris Jr. is feeling it tonight. He says, I haven't played in like a month. I'm ready to get my hands dirty. That's 14 points for the big man.
And that was going to get to off of a loose ball. A great kind of no look, kind of just throwing it up there pass to Dylan Jennings. 2 points is good for him.
Yeah, Jennings has good hands for the Eagles.
John Bailey's going to pull that one out with 1:15 remaining here in this first half.
Harris thought about that one. Oh, spin
Jackson.
move for Stevens. Oh, man, just misses.
And that's going to, ooh. I feel like that could have been out of bounds on Will Mooney there. Kind of went over Jackson Foster, but it's going to stay with the Eagles.
Minute and 3 seconds remain.
Will Mooney gets that inside, almost stolen. Pump fake drives in, 2 points no good for Hunter.
Rebounded by Bradleyville.
John Bailey, Harris Jr., step back three, Harris Jr., that one's going to fall.
Bang. That's 5 3-pointers for Harris Jr. tonight.
That a Will Mooney on top of the key, 35 seconds, step in three, not going to fall. Rebounded by John Bailey, falls right into his hands. A loose ball, and that's going to be stolen by the Eagles, and once again stolen by the Bears. Harris Jr. gets that to John Bailey. Jackson Foster, Bears going to take one more shot here in this half. John Bailey, Jackson Foster, Foster for three. Can't get it to fall off the front of the iron. Rebounded by Jennings. 3 seconds remaining.
Bergens with the shot.
No good. And that's going to take us to the end of the half. This halftime score is going to be 58-13. Bears coming out strong in this first half, putting up 58
Bears
points.
Bears are on fire. I mean, Stevens taking it to the rack and just being big inside. You got Harris Jr. that's lights out from beyond the arc. Cody Jones, of course, with the mid-range game going. And these Bears look unstoppable tonight.
GSP at the quarterfinal Miller Invitational Tournament. We'll be back after this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second half of action here for the quarterfinal of the Miller Tournament Invitation. 3-point no good from the Eagles. Putback is going to be good for Dylan Jennings. Here in the third quarter, mid-range jump shot no good for Jones. Rebounded by Stevens. Putback no good. He's going to go to he's going to be fouled, and he will go to the line for two. I try to say that all at once.
That foul's on number 10, Will Mooney, just his first. Stevens' first free throws tonight.
First one will not fall for Stevens, and I'm unsure what the final score of the JV game but I do know that they did lose that one. I'm not sure what that puts that I'm not sure what that puts their record to. Second free throw is going to be no good for Stevens. Rebounded by Harris Jr. Put back no good, and that one's going to be out of bounds on Harris Jr.
He tried to rebound it a second time, but stepped on the line as he was. Whitaker dribbles right, dribbles back left, still at the top of the key.
Tipped by
Inside
John
to
Bailey.
Jennings.
Be stolen by Bailey.
Tipped by Stevens.
Jack Stevens. Ooh, got tipped on that shot. It's going to be rebounded by the Eagles.
Blocked by Jennings.
And that's going to be a foul on Jack Stevens on the floor.
Just his first.
And that's going to be his second.
And now his second. Defense getting a little lazy here at the beginning of the second half. Jesse Dalton shooting two.
First free throw
good on
is
the
going to
first.
be good. And that second one is going to fall for Dalton. John Bailey. To skip that to Jones in the corner. Harris Jr. on the wing, back in the corner to Jones.
Oh, stolen off the tip pass by Jennings.
Gets that to Whitaker. Stolen by John Bailey. Great steal. Jackson Foster in the post. Jack Stevens. Stevens gets... There's the foul. He gets it.
Yeah, blocked the first time and then fouled. It's like we didn't come out of the locker room. We just want to stay in there or something. We're not,
I feel like
not quite clicking yet.
I agree. Didn't come out with as much energy as we did the first half.
Stevens for two free throws again. First one is long off the back iron.
And that's going to be a timeout on your Galena Bears. She has to move back after this. And we're back here for Stevens' second free throw. That one's not going to fall off the back of the iron. Rebounded by John Bailey. He's going to pull that one out into the corner. Skips that to Harris Jr. in the corner. Corner three for Harris Jr. Not going to fall. Rebounded by Bailey. Putback is going to be good for John Bailey. Whitaker. Almost stolen. Great dive by Jack Stevens. He's going to get that loose ball. Was definitely out of bounds there, but the ref didn't have a good angle. Cody Jones, 2 points is good for Jones.
I don't know what Cody thought that Bobby was going to do with that ball with the defender right there. But he got it right back.
That's
so
true.
That's good.
Hands that one off to Dalton. Blocked, stolen by Jackson Foster. Gets that up the court to Jones. Jones in the post to Jack Stevens. Behind the back pass. Almost connects with Harris. Going to be stolen.
You're not ready for it.
Hayden Whitaker. Tightly guarded by Stevens. Handoff is going to be tipped out of bounds on your Bears. That's going to stay Eagles ball. And into the game is number 34, Jamison Brakeville. He's going to check in for Jack Stevens.
You know, Jackson Foster is the king of the tipped ball deflection. Mr. Deflection, that's what we're going to start calling him.
Mr. Deflection, I can agree with that. Jennings to Dalton in the post. A little too deep, pass it back out to Whitaker. Whitaker for three. That one's going to fall.
Eagles have a little life here in the third quarter.
Cody Jones going to drive in. Baseline jump shot layup is good for Jones. By Jennings. Rebounded by Dalton. And that's going to be a foul on Jamison Brakeville.
Had the chance because they blocked Jennings one time.
That's true.
But didn't get the rebound on it. It's going to send Jesse Dalton to the line for two. He made a couple a while ago.
That one's not going to fall.
That one rims out. Rolled around the front of the rim, but didn't go in.
And that one's going to be good for Jesse Dalton.
4 minutes and 50 seconds remaining here in quarter number 3.
Cody Jones drives baseline, skips it to Jackson Foster. Foster drives baseline, skips that to Jones or to Harris or to John Bailey in the corner. Corner three, no good. Rebounded by Jay Scott. I'm just all over the place for the second half. I apologize. Jay Scott. That's almost a travel. Gets that to Jennings. Mid-range shot, no good. Rebounded by Jackson Foster. Gets that up the court to Jones. Jones mid-range floater and one. Good for Cody Jones. That was he was a great shot. I mean, he got hit pretty hard.
Yeah. Looked like a Jordan fadeaway almost.
Fortunately, our fans at home did not get to see that one. I'm very upset. That one was pretty enjoyable.
The whoever's operating the scoreboard here at Miller is not. The points are resetting individually every time someone comes in or out. Because it shows Jones with only 8. That's just this quarter.
That's just this quarter, yeah. So I think he was at like how many points do you think
he was
had?
At 12, maybe 4. He's probably up to about 20 right now.
Probably 20. If he gets 7 more here, this little tradition they have at Miller on these books, whatever you want to call them, have all the teams and stuff and all the lineups and everything. But they also have top scorers. Those 2 points are good for Bailey. I guess I can't really talk because I guess they can't know what's going on. So we'll discuss that later. That's going to be a turnover on the Eagles. That one's going to go to the Galena Bears.
Yeah, Bailey with a nice little baseline drive down there. Faked the guy out of his shorts, then just floated it in from just beyond the block.
John Bailey gets that Harris Jr. in the corner. He'll pull it back up to Bailey, top of the key. Left side wing, Jackson Foster back to Bailey on the right side. In the corner to Harris Jr. Some travel on Harris Jr. trying to get his feet set there, but did it a little too late.
Yeah, Jr. did his little hop that he's notorious for. Sometimes it gets caught, sometimes it doesn't.
Hayden Whitaker.
Wow. Hesitation.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Hesitation gets the ball to fall on a left-handed layup.
John Bailey gets that to Jones in the wing, drives in baseline, mid-range jump shot. 2 points good for Cody Jones. Gets that to Dalton. Kind of gets blocked there by his own defender. Was kind of in his way when he went to go up for that. It was going to be rebounded by the Bears. John Bailey gets that to Jones in the corner. Corner three for Cody Jones. No good. Rebounded by himself. Jones. Another mid-range. That one's not going to fall off the front of the iron. Loses the shoe again.
Jones jumped out of his shoe.
The second time in, those 2 points are going to be good for Will Mooney off an inside pass from the Eagles.
Brakeville lost him on the inside. He was wide open. free throw line for Jones. Kicks it out to Bradleyville. Back to Jones at the left corner or left. Man,
a lot of ball movement. Cody Jones, top of the key, gets that to John Bailey. Inside relocation, Cody Jones not going to fall. Rebounded by himself. Goes back up with that. Thought he gets fouled. Not going to call it. It's going to be rebounded by Jay Scott up the court to Hayden Whitaker. 2 points, no good for Whitaker. Rebounded by Harris Jr. Cody Jones up the court, one-on-one. Goes up with it. 2 points is good for Cody Jones. That was a lot. Will Mooney drives that one in. I'm not sure if that was a pass or a shot, but that's going to be out of bounds on the Bears.
Andrew and Stevens have been waiting over there for quite a while on the scores table to go in. Probably about 2 minutes of gameplay here. Mooney's going to inbound it underneath his basket.
Gets that to Whitaker. Step back three. Whitaker, no good. Rebound Stevens. Gets that one to Jones. Good pass to Harris Jr. Jr. tries to stand that one down. Can't get it. Putback is going to be good. 30-second timeout by head coach Chuck Hurst. GSPN is going to take a short break. We'll be back after this. And we are back with 1:28 seconds remaining. What I was talking about earlier was there's a little spot in this little book that has any top players above 27 points, and I was just saying if Cody Jones makes that this year, he'll be up there next year.
For individual game.
Correct.
Scoring totals. They also have tournament scoring, all kinds of stuff.
Jack Stevens hands off to Jones. 2-point good for Cody Jones.
And the assist to Mr. Stevens. Good job, Jack. Oh, that's a travel. Oh,
nobody was there.
Dalton just wide open. No one guarding the cutter.
Andrew Foster gets that in the post. Jack Stevens. Stevens goes up with it. 2 points are good for Jack Stevens.
It says Jones has 28 right now.
28, so that's up there.
Yeah.
He will be in the book then next year.
Stevens, I believe, that puts him up to maybe 14 points on the night after that last shot. Jones with his second foul.
Last time a Galena player was in the top single game point totals was with 27 was Wyatt Stevens back on January 7th, 2012 versus Jasper. Second free throw is going to fall for Skylar Hayes. John Bailey's going to take this one at guard. Pulls back out with 26 seconds remaining here in this third quarter, which Cody Jones with it. Fakes it, gives it back to Bailey. Back to Jones in the corner to Andrew Foster. John Bailey back up top. Cody Jones. Jones for three. That one's going to fall.
Boom. 31 points for Jones.
Buzzer beater three is not going to be good for the Eagles. This will take us to the fourth quarter. GSPN at the quarterfinals game of the Miller Invitational Tournament. We'll be back after this. And we are back for the final fourth quarter action here of this contest. Jackson Foster with the ball. Right now we have Jackson Foster, Andrew Foster, Jack Stevens, Harris Jr., and Jones. Jones got that one. He gives it to Andrew Foster. Pass to Jackson Foster in the corner. Skip Harris Jr. in the corner to Jones. Jones, three. That one's going to be long. Rebounded by Stevens. Putback, it's good for Jack Stevens.
Another rebound for Stevens. He's definitely surpassed double digits in that tonight.
Hayden Whitaker, and that's a charge, or a offensive foul.
Screen. Yeah, illegal screen on Jennings.
His fourth personal foul, I think is what that says.
Yes. Appears to be definitely the Eagles have a couple of them in foul trouble for sure.
Jones, Harris Jr., Jackson Foster up the top of the key, and let the post to Jack Stevens. He drives in baseline, skips it out to Andrew Foster in the corner, drives in baseline, up and under layup is good for Andrew Foster.
Foster goes baseline, gets it to fall on the opposite side.
Floater by Jennings, no good. Rebounded by Andrew Foster. Gets that to Jackson Foster.
Jennings with the old school hook shot there. Didn't quite get it to fall.
In the corner to Jones. Skips that top of the key to Jackson Foster, or Andrew Foster. He's going to drive in. Gets that back in the corner to Cody Jones. Jones, corner three. Can't fall off the side of the iron. Rebounded by Will Mooney. Coast to coast, no good by the Eagles. Covered by Jack Stevens. Steven gets that to Jones. He drives baseline, skips it out to Jackson Foster. Corner three, Jackson Foster falls short.
Oh.
Rebounded by Jennings.
Stevens almost got it.
Correct. Whitaker. Ooh,
blocked by Foster.
That's a good block by Jackson Foster. Cody Jones, the junior Harris. He's going to get fouled hard. The kid's going to sit himself in the wall after that. Looks like, almost hit his head on the wall and kind of crushed his neck. All right, Harris Jr. can go to the line for two.
Yep.
So it looks like Wheaton and Miller will have the next contest. We were talking about that during the break. Harris Jr.'s free throw is going to be good.
Guessing they decided to switch the two matches, the Billings, let Billings and the other team, Billings and Fair Play earlier since they have farther to go than Miller. Obviously, Wheaton's not a terrible distance away, but I'm sure they have a back way they can come.
Harris Jr.'s second free throw is not going to be will not fall. Eagles with it. That's going to be Jay Scott drives in the post and can't get anything, can't go up with it, and that's going to be a foul.
That's a tough call. Tough call on Stevens. Pretty straight up. Said they got him with the body, but it was really a travel before all that anyway.
Jay Scott will go to the line for two. Free throw's going to fall. And that second one's not going to fall. Rebounded by Jackson Foster. Showcases right there while he blocks out the shooter. Went right back to him. Andrew Foster, Jack Stevens in the post. 2 points good for Jack Stevens.
19, or 20, excuse me, that's 20 points on the night for Stevens.
Dalton loses it, and that's going to be out of bounds on Jack Stevens diving for the loose ball.
Hustle play for Stevens.
And into the game with 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. It's Alfredo Perez, John Bailey, and Jamison Brakeville. Into the night for Harris Jr., Cody Jones, and Jack Stevens. All three of them had a remarkable game tonight.
Remarkable game, yeah.
First game of the year.
31 for Jones, 22 for Stevens, and 21 for Harris Jr.
A great quick layup by Andrew Foster. 2 points good for Dylan Jennings with 3 minutes remaining here in this third quarter. Running clock. John Bailey gets that to Andrew Foster in the corner to Alfredo Perez. Back to Andrew. John Bailey. Jackson Foster in the corner. Corner three. Jackson Foster is good. Dylan Jennings. Fade away. No good. Rebounded by Bailey. John Bailey. Good pass to Andrew Foster. Layup's no good, and it's going to be rebounded by the Eagles.
Frustration foul from Andrew Foster there. He was not happy that he missed that.
Dalton gives that to to Will Mooney. Screen set by Jennings. To the top of the key, gets that to Jennings. Back to Mooney. 2 points is good on Alfredo Perez. That was good. Good ball movement. I mean, good way to relocate.
That's what I've noticed. The Eagles really are good at the pass and cut. We need to do a better job of defending that.
Corner to Alfredo Perez. John Bailey in the corner. Jackson Foster, three. No good. Can't get it to fall. Stolen by John Bailey. Layup, no good. Hit the ground pretty hard on the way down. Gets that to Hayden Whitaker. Loose ball. And that's going to be a hold on Andrew Foster with 1:10 remaining here.
Clock is running. 1 minute.
3 seconds now.
Skylar Hose checks back in for the Eagles. Also number 23, Hunter Bergens. Hose back to Dalton at the top of the key. Dalton to Jennings. Into
Scott. Back out to Dalton. His 3 points are good for Will Dalton.
Jesse Dalton.
Jesse Dalton, my apologies.
Bears going to probably try to run out the clock here with about 30 seconds remaining. Bailey and Foster going to hold it up towards the Cardinal logo.
And the final score of this game is going to be 93-38. Your Bears going to come out strong with this one. First game of the year, and they took it away pretty well, kind of making a little showcase right here for the first game of this Miller Invitational. Kind of came out and set the tone of what they want to happen for them so far. So,
yeah, you got Jones scoring 31. Big single game total for him. You got Harris Jr. with 21 and Stevens with 22. And then to finish out your double-digit scores, you got John Bailey scoring 10.
Yeah, most definitely.
So just a big night for the Bears. Defensively, they played a lot better in the first half than they did the second. But that's kind of to be expected. Sometimes you come out after halftime after that big lead.
Correct.
You just don't play quite as hard, but we need to play hard all the way through the game. All right, that's it here from Miller, from the Miller Invitational Tournament. Quarterfinal round, we'll be back here for the semifinals. The Bears will play 7:30 on Thursday, unless something changes because of weather. I talked about the possibility that they could do something like decide they wanted to move those games up to Wednesday to try to get those in ahead of the weather coming in. So we'll see what happens, but right now we're scheduled for 7:30 on Thursday. We will play the Billings Wildcats as they defeated the Fair Play Hornets earlier in the night. And then we got one more game here to go, Miller Cardinals against the Wheaton Bulldogs. And we'll see what happens there, and we'll be back on Thursday.
Yeah, 100%. GSPN here for the quarterfinal game of this Miller Invitational Tournament versus Bradleyville. It's been a pleasure. We will try and work very diligently tomorrow to try to fix those camera issues and try to get things figured out for Thursdays. But GSPN will catch you back here on Thursday at 7:30. I have been Jacob Coons.
Coach John Z. Martin.
We'll see you after this.